For decades, China has been North Korea's most important ally, economic lifeline, and diplomatic shield. Despite North Korea's provocations, human rights abuses, and destabilizing nuclear weapons program, Beijing continues to protect its troublesome neighbor. This protective relationship has frustrated Western policymakers, puzzled international observers, and remained one of the most enduring and consequential geopolitical partnerships in East Asia. The Chinese-North Korean relationship is often described using a traditional Chinese expression, lips and teeth, meaning that if the lips fall, the teeth get cold. This vivid metaphor encapsulates China's strategic thinking about its neighbor. The foundation of this alliance was cemented in blood during the Korean War, when North Korean forces were driven back by UN troops led by the United States, facing imminent defeat. Chairman Mao Zedong made the momentous decision to intervene. In October 1950, Chinese volunteer forces crossed the Yalu River and entered the conflict. The human cost was staggering. China lost an estimated 180,000 to 400,000 soldiers, including Mao's own son. The sacrifice created a powerful psychological bond between the two nations. After the war ended in a stalemate, China played a crucial role in rebuilding North Korea's shattered infrastructure and economy. Between 1953 and 1957, China provided approximately 800 million yuan in economic assistance to North Korea, helping construct factories, power plants, and transportation networks. Both China and North Korea emerged from revolutionary movements. They share similar communist ideologies, although with different adaptations over time. In the early years after the revolution, both nations believed in the potential of communism to create a more equitable society. Even though China's economic reforms eventually paved the way for market socialism, the ideological link with North Korea remains a critical aspect of their relationship. Perhaps the most compelling reason for China's continued protection of North Korea is purely geopolitical. North Korea serves as a crucial buffer state between China and the US allied South Korea, where approximately 28,500 American troops are stationed. Consider the alternative from Beijing's perspective: a collapsed North Korean regime likely leading to Korean reunification under Seoul's democratic government. This would potentially place US forces and influence directly on China's border, an unacceptable security scenario for Chinese strategists. China's relationship with North Korea also provides it with a unique diplomatic tool. In global negotiations, particularly regarding issues of nuclear proliferation and regional security, China can use its influence over North Korea to negotiate with other international players. The balance of power in the region hinges on North Korea's behavior, and China's ability to sway that behavior is a critical asset. Even when North Korea's actions, like nuclear tests, draw global condemnation, China's diplomatic support often prevents harsher international sanctions from being imposed. While North Korea is economically impoverished, it remains economically significant to China for several reasons. The country possesses vast mineral resources estimated to be worth between $6 to $10 trillion, including rare earth elements crucial for high-tech manufacturing. By 2019, China accounted for over 90% of North Korea's foreign trade, creating a relationship of extreme economic dependence. North Korea's nuclear weapons program represents both a challenge and an opportunity for China. While Beijing consistently opposes North Korean nuclear proliferation in public statements, its actions suggest a more nuanced position. China's primary concern is not necessarily the weapons themselves, but the potential instability resulting from international responses to them. A nuclear North Korea is problematic but tolerable for China. A collapsed North Korea or US military action on the peninsula is not. This explains China's approach to sanctions, supporting watered-down versions that signal disapproval without threatening regime stability. When the UN Security Council considered severe oil import restrictions after North Korea's 2017 nuclear test, China negotiated to reduce the proposed 90% oil embargo to just 30%. Internally, The Chinese government uses the narrative of protecting North Korea to bolster national pride and reinforce the concept of sovereignty against foreign interference. State media often highlights the historical struggle against imperialism and frames the relationship as a moral obligation. One vivid example of this cultural bond is the regular military parades and youth exchange programs that take place between the two countries. These events serve as a reminder of their common past and reinforce the idea of solidarity against external adversaries. A major factor in China's North Korea calculus is the potential humanitarian crisis that would follow a regime collapse. China shares a 1,420-kilometer border with North Korea, much of it porous and difficult to monitor. Chinese internal government studies have estimated that a North Korean collapse could send between 1.5 to 3 million refugees into northeastern China. These regions already face economic challenges and could not absorb such an influx without significant social stability. For the Chinese Communist Party, the relationship with North Korea is also a tool of internal politics. Maintaining a robust alliance with North Korea allows the CCP to showcase its role as a protector of national sovereignty and as a leader on the international stage. It reinforces a narrative that China is a bulwark against Western interference, appealing to nationalist sentiments among the Chinese populace. Nationalism in China is not just a sentiment, but a powerful political force that influences policy. The idea of protecting a fellow socialist state, no matter how controversial its internal policies may be, serves as a rallying cry that unites the public under a common cause. In times of international tension, this nationalist narrative bolsters support for the government's policies, ensuring that even difficult or unpopular decisions are seen as part of a larger, heroic struggle. China's protection of North Korea continues to evolve. While the fundamental strategic rationale remains, China has shown an increasing willingness to pressure North Korea when its actions threaten regional stability too severely. Recent developments suggest some potential shifts. China has strengthened its economic and diplomatic ties with South Korea, which has become China's fourth largest trading partner. This creates competing interests for Beijing, as supporting North Korean provocations damages valuable relations with Seoul. The personal relationship between Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un lacks the historical and ideological bonds of previous generations of leadership. Xi waited nearly 6 years after taking power before meeting Kim, suggesting a more transactional approach. Countries in this region, such as South Korea, Japan, and even Russia, are acutely aware of the delicate balance of power that hinges on the stability of the Korean Peninsula. China's actions regarding North Korea are often seen as a litmus test for its broader foreign policy. If China were to push too hard, it risks destabilizing an already volatile region, which could have unpredictable consequences for global security. In 2024, Russian President Vladimir Putin made a rare visit to North Korea, signing a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement with Kim Jong-un. This deepening relationship between Moscow and Pyongyang has created both opportunities and challenges for China. On one hand, the Russia-North Korea alliance provides another counterbalance to US influence in the region, aligning with China's broader strategic goals. On the other hand, it potentially reduces China's exclusive influence over North Korea, creating a new dynamic that Beijing must navigate carefully. The relationship is maintained not through ideological alignment or genuine friendship, but through cold strategic calculation. For China, North Korea serves as a buffer against US influence, a source of economic opportunity, a diplomatic lever, and, perhaps most importantly, a known quantity in a region vital to Chinese security interests. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.